Hi guys, welcome back to another awesome video. My name is Nox, as in NOKS. I'm all up in your screen. Back again guys with another awesome video, and back again with another video on the series of things that I've learned very late in my career. And guys, this one, it's a bit of a challenging one, and most of us really struggle with this one. Guys, it's relationships in the workplace and fully understanding relationships and expectations and how professional relationships in the workplace should be. What should we expect? How far can they go? Things like that. I learned very late to know to separate and not to take things a bit too personal when it comes to relationships that I had with my colleagues, with my boss in the workplace. And it's one of those things that we did not cover in varsity. There was no module specifically on relationships, and we forever struggle with these things around relationships, guys. So I also struggled with that, and very later on I have come to understand and have less expectations, so that I don't put pressure on my colleagues and don't expect them to treat me like I'm their sister or their cousin that they really love. Okay, so this goes back to when I started working, guys. I worked for a sales and marketing company, very lovely, bubbly. I've made a lot of friends, and that was my first job after varsity. So for me, being exposed in that kind of work environment, it sort of made me think, "Ay man, at work we can make friends, and our friendship gets to a very personal space, obviously not with everyone, but the few people that you select, that you really like them and you get to share a lot with them." And I think another thing that really contributed is that I come from a family of 6 girls. I never in my life saw a need to like make a lot of friends. I'm just one of those one of those people that have really very few friends, and like the friendship is always different. Even with the people that I call my friends, there are people that I wouldn't see for 7 months, and trust me, we're good friends and we call each other twice a year. But when we do, girl, let me tell you, we are just going to update each other with what has been happening, and there are no hard feelings about it. So let me say, relationships are really complex, but this time around I just want to touch base on the work one. So I'm very loud, bubbly when you get to meet me, but I do take relationships very serious. I do then consider very few people as friends, and when it comes to the workplace, the same thing happened. So when I moved to a second job and the setup wasn't that sales and marketing vibe and things like that, I then realized that the workplace thing is really different because people are serious. So there was that need to then think that because I work very close with you, or we are in the same level and we work together, I must check you after we've left work. I must say, how's your weekend, things like that. And then you then realize that people are very good at knowing the difference between the relationship that we have at work and outside work. I'm a total human being that is not about work. I don't want my colleagues to call me and check up on me, and that becomes very difficult as well. But at the same time, I've learned to then respect that, or get to understand that relationships at work are different from the relationships that we form outside work, because those ones we select friends based on different characteristics or things that we see in them that we really like. Sometimes you like someone who's not as loud as you because you blend in very nicely. Sometimes you like someone that is loud like you because you don't feel like something is wrong with you upstairs when you get crazy to a certain level. But when it comes to a workplace, the company would select people with skills that would work along outside their personality. Okay, so when you get to work, you have not picked and chose who you feel you would work best with based on the personality, but personality is what gets carried with us as we go to work. Outside the skills that we can bring into the table to make sure that things are done for the company because there's a need for that, our personality seems to then become the thing. There are people at work that would get angry with their own personal life, and when they get to work, they're not able to shake that off and say, this is a different environment. And if I'm fighting with my husband, I can't get to work and be fighting with my colleagues, because my work life and my personal life is different. Some people are really good at doing that, which are things that do really affect relationships. Because if yesterday, the last time you saw me, I was happy, but I got home and my kids pissed me off. I'm angry. I sleep. I'm angry. I wake up in the morning. I still can't get over it. And I get to work and then I meet you, my colleague. Now you are surprised. Why is Knox having a long face? And relationships are deeper, because if we then have the professional relationship that is also very full of respect, I'm able to then say to you, please don't mind me these days. My kids really pissing me off. My son did 1, 2, 3. I'm trying to get myself, my head around it. At the same time, there are people that when they drive in at work, before they leave their cars, they have a talk with themselves that you can't then carry this character in the workplace. You get people that are bubbly at work and depressed at home. So that goes with relationship, and that affects relationships. And another thing that affects a relationship is sometimes in the workplace, some people don't then think they shouldn't be calling their colleagues during the weekend. Some bosses will text you at 12 because something came up at that time and they felt, let me just text her. She will attend to it, because if I then don't communicate with Knox, I will forget, and this is important. Again, it's relationships that are built. So relationships in the workplace are totally different because of the company culture. Some companies you work in and you feel this family vibe thing with everyone, where someone says, I work with you and maybe I rely on you finishing your task so I can start on mine, and they can sort of update you. I want to do 1, 2, 3. Please let me know once you've done 1, 2, 3. And for other people, that feels like it's too much. Why are you texting me on a weekend? Why are you calling me? And it's all about understanding, because companies work differently. I know there are companies where it's like after 4:30, when we knock off on Friday, we'll chat on Monday at 8 o'clock when I'm here. You don't communicate. If you've got something, write it down. We'll speak about it on Monday. Other companies, it's like you have your life outside work, but your colleagues are able to communicate with you, or your seniors are able to communicate with you, not to give you responsibilities to do during the weekend, because weekends are for you and your family to do things, personal things that matter to you. But it's that environment where your boss is able to say, on Monday, please remind me at 10 o'clock because there are documents I want us to go through, and your boss is able to do that. In other companies, it's like, okay, we need to be really serious, and you don't communicate or sort of give orders during the weekend. So relationships are one of those things where you can't say I'm like this and I do things like this. Relationships sort of need you to be very flexible, and it's one of the things that I've learned really late in my life, because I hold relationships really that high, and when I like you and I think you like me and we work very good together, then I start having expectations, which might be wrong. Not expectations as in you are a guy and I'm a girl and we must, no, not that relationship, like a girl to a girl relationship, like I like you, and on Mondays I'm that person that says, how was the weekend? Oh my God, did you listen to this? Did you watch this? So trying to then get to understand and get to talk about what you do outside work, it's very uncomfortable for other people, because other people are like, I know how to draw the line between work and personal life. So other things, like I said, that I've learned very late is getting into an environment and adjusting to how things are done there without saying, I'm this person and I share so much and I get to speak about my sons and they are doing this and this one is doing this and this one said mama like this and this one told me what they did at school, where else in other environments you would never even know that people have kids, guys. So I've seen that. So you forever tailoring relationships, you are forever adjusting to what's happening. So what's important, especially when it comes to the workplace, is you don't want to be known as that person that is very difficult and hard because you are too stuck up with this is who I am and this is how I do things, to a point where you are not even welcome or open to say, okay, I'm dealing with people like people that are like this and this is how I'm going to be. At the same time, I know people that are very strict in terms of I'm not open to sharing anything about my personal life at work, is because people have experiences or they've encountered things where they did that and it didn't end well. Like I said, use your own discretion. You are old enough to know, but I've learned very late to sort of adjust and look at relationships differently. And every company for me that I've worked for has been really different from the next company. When I look back and say the four companies that I've worked for, relationships were different, the level of openness were different. There are companies where they motivate and they like families, and whenever there's a braai or something, they will say bring your partners and your kids get to know each other and your kids become friends. So you've got not only a colleague, but you've got your kids are also friends, or your husbands clique or your partners clique, and they believe if we are in alignment and we get along outside work, it sort of makes work very easy. And some companies believe Christmas party, we are not inviting +1. Keep your kids at home, keep your partners at home. We want you because this is work related. Like I said, guys, companies do it differently. But the ability to be able to adjust to how one company is different from another company is really good, and it can make you thrive because people associate themselves with people that sort of think alike with them, and that shapes the company. But again, it's the culture that company keeps thriving. So don't be stiff into this is who I am, this is how I am. And if they say bring your +1, when now you don't even have a friend, because your +1 doesn't always have to be a partner. Not everyone is in a relationship, not everyone is dating, because in the Mjolo streets it can really be difficult. But you can bring a friend. So if you are one of those people, I'm not going to bring anyone, I'm just going to come here myself and eat 2 beers and drive home. I'm not here to build relationships. I mean, it's different for every company. Some companies will give you vouchers and say they can give you 500 Rand voucher. You decide what you want to do with it, with who, when. Some companies would then say there's a spa for the ladies and you guys are relaxed. You are not talking about work and you are talking about things, or you are just discussing issues on a lighter note, and you can sort of bond and connect and learn from each other. Okay, go ahead and press like and subscribe button. And guys, on the comment section down below, when it comes to relationships from work, things that you've learned, things that you've tried and it didn't work, your experiences, and how open are you to the company that you work for, or should you get another job? Are you one of those people who say, let me look at how they do things and adjust and do like other people? Or you are one of those people that are like, I've learned it the hard way, I don't care how you guys do it here, I've learned that I'm gonna do it this way? On the comment section. Don't forget to also share this video, and guys, please do turn on notifications and like it. It also helps with algorithm, which also help make the video be seen by other people that might be interested in such comment. Otherwise, I'll see you guys on another awesome video.